was out walking at 5 a.m. this morning. I don't think I was seen, though. It was dark. Well, we have ended August and it's September the 1st. So the August stats are in, and it's left us with 23 days of inventory. We sold 135 homes a day, every day in August for 4,196. And that's a big number. Really impressive. So
Does that include
year to
condos?
date,
Does that include condos?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's condos, townhomes, and single family homes. Yeah.
Okay.
And the 23 days is a combination of those as well. We listed 47 homes yesterday. 40 of them were single family homes, and of the 40, 20 were 400,000 or under. So that's a little less than we'd like, but it is what it is. And we now have 723 homes that are active under 400,000 out of the 3,203. So that's not a lot. It's a good thing the interest rates are low. And if you buy a home $400,000 or less, I think, Jimmy, you told me that's the payment would be like $1.47 a day for every $10,000. Something like that.
It's not quite that low, but
well, it's $4.41.
Yeah, a day.
Yeah.
Yes, no, you're a day. You're right. Correct. Yes.
Yeah, it's exactly $1.47.
You're right.
Per 10,000.
Yeah, for 10,000. Correct.
So for 100,000, it's $14.70 a day.
Right.
Yeah, which means it's 441,000 for 400,000. I mean, it's 400 for 400,000. It's it works out to be about 1,500. Yeah. Gosh, those numbers. I don't know if they mean anything. Do they?
Well, you have to compare them to rent. I think really, you say, look, your house payment would be this, your rent's this. That's what people think about. How much is it going to cost me to live there, whether I own it or I rent it? And if it's a lot less expensive to rent, I might rent.
But it isn't.
It's just not a lot less expensive right now. It's just inexpensive to buy.
Well, and the interesting thing is, and I I think I mentioned this in class the other day, people are not renewing their leases as like they used to renew their leases so often. But now the fear is, where am I going to go? Because there's not a lot of rentals available, because the people are moving in from, 130 new people move here every day, and they're either buying or renting, and a lot of them are renting. So the rental market is hot, to say the least. We can't
keep a property. So if they're not renewing their lease, where are they going?
They're not. No, I mean, they are not. They are renewing their lease. They're not moving. Did I say it backwards?
Yeah, that's okay. Now I understand.
Now that's why you're here.
Okay. So I can get it backwards?
No, so you can straighten me out. But it's just amazing.
What time did you get up today? You've been up 4 hours already. Half your shift is in already.
I think so. That's funny. Okay. But I think everybody understands, not a lot of rentals going on because people are staying put. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are signing those lease renewals. There we go. And we had a tip from the fella on the attorney, Kyle Wallace from Driggs, on Saturday. He said, if you're sending out a lease renewal, you might want to do it for just 6 months instead of a year.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I think that has to do with eviction. But you have to listen to that show. That show was packed with information that, I have to re-listen to it myself. I'm in property management, so it's.
You make the link easy to find. I will listen to it.
It's okay.
I just go to Ruthie Rocks, right? And I just go back on the calendar to
Saturday.
And I click on it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I can do that. That I know how to do.
You know how to do a lot, believe me. And so we were discussing how many new agents there are. What were your numbers?
Well, orientation, they did 2 in the last week. They did 1 a week ago. There was 135 people in the class, and they did 1 this last couple days, and there was about 90 in there. So a couple hundred agents in 1 month. Wow.
What are we going to do with them?
Well, surprisingly, almost as many are getting out as getting in. It's not, the numbers are not ballooning.
Yeah. Well, I can really understand that, because people don't realize that real estate is not easy, and it's not getting any easier, for sure.
No, there's
I,
too many changes going on for you to sit still. Even if you've been doing this 5 years, you still got to keep learning stuff all the time.
it's incredible. And, I preach farming all the time. And when we had our class the other day, I was impressed with how many people in that class. And that was the disclosure class, Jimmy, which was excellent. That was excellent. How many people actually do have a farm and work their farm and understand that you need a farm?
Well, and you made the point that you can either buy leads or just go out and do it. That's free. Farming is free.
And they're qualified opportunities.
So farming is free.
Yes, farming is free. Yeah. Yeah. Why you want to pay money for a lead that you have no connection with is beyond me. And it's a lot of hard work. And I think sometimes that's why we lose so many agents, because they go down the wrong path. They want that low hanging fruit, they think, which it isn't. And then they want instantaneous results, which you don't have. You're just not having people walking in your door saying, I want to buy a house. You've got to go find them, and you've got to go find the people who want to sell a house. It's
I think if the result you want is to deepen a relationship, you get instant results on a farm. When you knock on somebody's door and they talk to you, you deepen the relationship. And if you knock on 20 doors, you're going to get 8 or 10 people that actually talk to you. You won't get 20, but even if you get 5, you deepen the relationship with those 5 people. And the next time they're more willing to talk to you and see you, and you're a real person.
Well, and I think it was Tom Ferry that said there's a statistic out right now. I think he got it from NAR, I believe, that 80% of the people that have been in their home longer than 5 years are actually thinking about moving.
Wow. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, that's huge. I have to get the clip that where I heard it, but I think last week he said it on one of his shows. I mean, that's just amazing, because he's always preaching farming. Tom Ferry is all about farming, and he has a different twist on it than Brian Buffini. So I like to listen to both of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let me hide this for a second. Oh, the only other thing I wanted to comment on today about the market is yesterday, as of yesterday, the median price was $407,000. It went up $2,000 from $405,000. But tomorrow I'll get to see what August ended up with, because they'll have the stats for the median price house lag a couple days behind the last day of the month. So, but I was just happy it didn't jump really high. But the interesting thing is, and I said this yesterday, that the average price went down and the median price went up. And that doesn't, when you look at the stats, that doesn't happen very often, that happens.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that's even with all the $1 million homes we're selling. I mean, we're selling $4.5 million homes a day right now. And we only have
they must have sold a few less for us to have our down. But that must have softened a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think it did. I think the price point softened. Yeah. We had and so then when you sell this $28 million house, that affects that price.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, today I want to kind of, I want to make September a social media planning month. And, I think that everybody needs to clean up their social media this month. So a lot of my shows this month are going to be surrounded about what you need to do to clean up your social media. And the first thing you need to do, Jimmy, is figure out, it's going to take about 30 minutes a day. If you do this with me and do what I suggest that you do, it's going to take about 30 minutes. So you need to see if you have 30 minutes a day to actually spend on getting your social media to where it needs to be. And you don't want to be a secret agent. We talk about that all the time. So when people go to your social media profiles and they aren't friends with you, it is clear to them that is it clear to them that you're in real estate, or where can they contact you? So it's so imperative that you have the information right there when they go on your profile so that they can see it. And that I suggest that, people post about having a business page and inviting people to go to the business page to search for homes. And that's not advertising. That's just saying, please go to my business page to search for homes. I mean, if you did that just in the morning, and then, that would eventually get into your feed and people would see it and they would go to your business page, which is where they can search for homes. So I think that people don't realize how easy it is to get people's attention. And that's what it's all about. You can't tell people what do you want them to do, or you can't show them what perhaps they want unless you have their attention.
So if they find me on Facebook on my business page and it says search for homes, does that then take them to my website that has my
Yes.
IDX? So
Yes.
now they're on my website. Now I've captured them and they have all this other information that's specifically about Las Vegas and me and the market and all that kind of stuff. It's
Yes.
not Facebook anymore. It's my website.
It's your website, right? And I know that that's critical. And then once they see you, they're going to go to your Google business page. They're going to Google you, and your Google business page better come up. And it was interesting because I'm on this. I told you a group meeting in the mornings now, and I Googled everybody, and out of the 7 people, only 2 people had a Google business page.
Wow.
Which, yeah.
And they're top people. These are top people you're with.
Yep. Yeah, you got it. So they need to know where they can contact you. So you need to make it very clear on your personal profile and on your business page and on your Google business page how they can contact you. So you need to go to all your social media profiles, even Instagram, even LinkedIn, and make sure that your contact info, your email, your website, your phone number is visible to the public. And, you want to be careful. Don't tell people where you live. Don't tell people what your birthday is. I mean, I really, we give the risk reduction class and we tell people, don't put your personal, if you're in business and they go to your personal page, don't be telling them about your personal life. And that should be that just should be select to the group, your friends and your family, not the public. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people don't understand that you have total control over who sees what. So you need to be very careful mm-hmm. about who's seeing what, and go into the privacy settings and make sure, that your personal information, your personal life, where you went on vacation, where you went to dinner is only visible to your friends and family and the people that you want to know that, not the whole public. They don't need to know that I'm in Hawaii right. and my house is sitting open, right? Ready for them to go and, have free pickings. So. You
have one of the girls that works with me, Hannah, has a mm-hmm. cousin or an uncle or something in Louisiana, and his house just got a tree came through the roof with this hurricane.
Oh no!
His house is ruined with all the water and everything like that. And I never think of that here, but there's some crazy stuff going on. But my point was going to be, you sat through that cybersecurity class. You sit with Jack every month on that cybersecurity yes. class. And over the last year and a half or so, how much of that has changed, you think? How much of that course content has changed, updated?
I would say about 15%. And, okay. And that's kind of like why from our perspective, being brokers, you and I think that you and I are going to create our own risk reduction class that goes a little deeper into other subjects other than just, the internet and cybersecurity aspect of it, because it takes a good 3 hours. Jack makes 4 points. He covers 4 subjects very clearly, and it takes those 3 hours just to cover that, to prevent yourself from being hacked and so on and so forth. It's not just about wire fraud. It's about your mm-hmm. security on the internet and people hacking into your computer, hacking into your passwords, all those things, and getting personal information about you. So that class is totally about that. Jack has changed the format a little bit, which is good. And he's constantly trying to refine it, which is good. Just like we do with our classes, making them relevant to the current times. But the class that I want us to do is going to delve a little bit deeper into, the risk reduction of agents and the information and the things that we shouldn't be sharing and so on and so forth from our real estate perspective, not just the internet perspective. So I'm anxious to do that. And I know we're both very busy.
We're going to have to schedule a time when I come there and we sit and close the door.
Yes, yeah, right. Exactly. So anyway, when you go across all your social media. You need to make sure that you have your brokerage, you have your license number, and people can contact you. And you need, when you're on, and I'll go back a little bit to Facebook. Please check your privacy settings. Please put your friends in a group, in a list. Facebook calls it a list. And then put your clients in a list. And then, because there's only certain things you want to share with your family, and you can do that if you have a list, because then you just click send to my family. You know, it can be as easy.
They're rocking out.
It can be as easy. It can be as easy as, you know, sending an invitation to your family to come to the graduation or to Thanksgiving or something like that. And you don't want the whole world to see that. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, perhaps you're having an open house. So you have, you know, your real estate agents of friends in a list. And so you want them to know you're having an open house. You don't necessarily want the whole world to know that. And there's different schools of thought on that. But I think that you just have to give some thought to who's seeing what. And take the time. It doesn't take that long. Facebook makes it very easy on your personal profile to divide people into lists. And then now you're targeting the right people with the right information. That's if there's anything that's going to take you time with what you need to start doing, that's going to take you the most time. You know, it might take you a couple hours for a couple days to get everybody in the right list, but it's incredibly important. And I can't stress that enough.
This is why you say 30 hours a day. I mean, 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you do your walk every day, pretty much.
Yes.
And you do your social media pretty much every day.
Yeah. And so that's the first thing everybody needs to do before we get on to, you know, that I have 30 days of things to tell people, but that, no kidding. I know. So, but that's the first thing that I want everybody to do. And, is clean up your Facebook, your personal profile, clean that up. And I will tell you then, if you've already done that, I'll give you one more assignment. And I'm going to, let's see, where is it? Where's my share? Share. Okay. Here we are, Jimmy. I don't know if you knew that you were part of me on my LinkedIn profile, but there you are. So let's go over to this for just a second, to my LinkedIn profile. So if you can see it, you know, I've got who I am, who I've worked for, what I do, what my license number is, what John's license number is. And I'm going to quickly go here to Facebook to make sure you can see what I'm seeing. Let me do a tech check real quick. There we go. Yeah, you can. All right, super. So you can see that, you know, all the different things. When you go to my personal profile, you know exactly what I do. Mm-hmm. And you know exactly how to reach me. I say, text me 702-496-7653 anytime. And, mm-hmm. and then I have tags. I have hashtags there. If somebody's looking to wonder about Las Vegas real estate, Ruthie rocks, Las Vegas real estate, continuing education, and they put these things in the search bar, I'm going to come up. And that's what that's all about. And then if you scroll down here a little bit, let's see, let me go to
no, it says followers and connections.
Yes.
What's the difference between followers and connections?
I've connected with thousands of people over the years, and it's probably 15,000, and of that, 4,100 are following me.
Okay.
And you want people to follow you, and you want to connect with people. And if I scroll down here, you'll see what I feature. And I feature the Las Vegas Relocation Guide because I want to attract people who are moving to Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. I feature you and my Boston Terrier talking about broker management class because we teach education. And then I say, get the local stats. And then I do the relocation again. And then I say, there's a walkthrough through the home. And they only show you 4. And then you can see all of them, but I won't bore you with that. And then look at this. So every day I have 4,148 people following me on my stats and on the things that I talk about. Here, the 3 threats to wealth. We featured Brian Buffini's podcast. 5 roadblocks that are impacting achieving your goals. Attorney Kyle Wallace joins us today. And so, it's very important how you name things and so on and so forth. But all
So
of
I can
this
go to
stuff.
LinkedIn. I can go to LinkedIn and get your show on Kyle Wallace from
Yes, you
LinkedIn.
can. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I put everything every day, everywhere. You can go to Instagram, you can go to LinkedIn, you can go to my Facebook group, and you can go to Asian Formula. I think I even put it, Jimmy, I think I put it on your business page.
Okay. Okay. Yay.
So
Thank you.
but it's everywhere, and that's the whole point. So when you're everywhere, you want to make sure that people know how to get in touch with you and that you've got relevant information. I mean, you don't want to see old stuff here. You just don't. And if you look over to the other side of the screen here, you'll see that Sarah McCowan, I connected with her. You asked me about connections.
Mhm.
So I try to connect. I'm not as religious as I used to be about this, but I try to connect with people. And if you look down here, I said, "Hi, Sarah, John and Ruth from Las Vegas. We would love to work with any referrals that you may have to share. We pay 40% as our August referral special. Many Californians move to our dynamic city, so please text us. Your clients will get the service they deserve by people they trust." And I sent that to her, and then she connected. Now she's one of my connections.
Mhm.
And I know that she's a licensed realtor at California Trust Realty, and I know that she's licensed realtor because I go up in the search bar and I search for California realtors, and
Mhm.
so I know who to connect with. I mean, and I'm going through this very quickly because I've said we've had this particular session before, but I'm refreshing people's memory. This stuff is important that you do it. And it might not seem important today because, you didn't get a call from Sarah McCowan that she has somebody that's moving to Vegas. But over time, this stuff builds up. And I tell people all the time, I mean, John used to get so many referrals because I used to be much more consistent than I am now doing it, but I know it works. And all these people, over here on the right-hand side of the screen are getting back to me because I'm sending them messages, I'm connecting with them. And Jimmy, all you have to do here is cut and paste, right?
Right.
I,
Right.
I, I
Of
can
course.
I can copy this, right? Click, copy, and then I can go find a connection, and just that easy. Instead of Sarah, I might say, "Hi, John," or "Hi, Jimmy," and off it goes. And now they're getting
Mhm.
something from me. They're getting my phone number. They're getting that I pay a 40% referral fee. And of the 130 people that move here every day, 45% of them are from California. You get the formula, right?
Mhm.
I mean, how easy can it be? What do you think? I'm going to come back
Well, I
here.
think that when you give something to Sarah McCollum, it goes directly to her. And
Yes.
this builds the relationship. It's not like you're just putting some ad out there. This is specifically targeted to somebody.
And, people talk about phone calls, making your phone calls every day. That's very, very important. But so are direct messages. Direct messaging on Instagram is a great way to get people to know, like, and trust you. Using Messenger and Facebook is a great way to get people to know, like, and trust you. And in LinkedIn as well. So over time, this stuff builds up and then it starts bearing fruit. You plant
Mhm.
the seeds, you nurture it, and voila, the fruit finally appears on the tree. So
Well, and I'm going to say this again. Part of the fruit is just getting the relationship going. You're winning if you just open the relationship. If Sarah responds to you, that's a big deal. She might not have a
yes,
lead for you, but she's responding to you, and you're deepening that relationship.
exactly. And that's what real estate is all about, is relationships.
Mhm.
So Jimmy, that's our start of our September plan for social media, just kind of getting everybody revved up and getting them to think about how they're going to spend their 30 minutes every day. So
Well, I'm going to repeat. Update your profile. That's the first piece of advice. Update your profile. That's first. Clean it up,
clean it up,
and then
make it
look for your
relevant,
Google. Then look for your Google business page. See if you have one of those.
right?
2 points. I got it. I got it.
The third thing is get your Facebook lists together so
Okay.
that you can, yeah, that's very important because you don't want to be an open target. We're in real estate out there. And if we have a cash buyer, we might want to tell the agents that we have a cash buyer, because we have a list of agents, but we might not want to tell the world because, you know, they're going to be following us and seeing, you know, what we're doing with that cash buyer and who it is and what house it is. And I mean, there's a whole thing that Jack goes through on how vulnerable you make yourself when you say things like that. And in 2 minutes, if depending on the information that you put on Facebook, Jack shows us in 2 minutes how he can stalk that person and even find out where they live. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
Well, and he goes to Google Earth and he takes pictures of their house.
Right. Yeah. Right. I know. Yeah. That's in the class.
What kind of car parks in their driveway? Not only where they live, but what kind of car do they drive?
Yes. You've taken the class.
Yeah.
Yeah. The green Jeep. He finds that green Jeep right in front of the house. And everybody needs to realize, and I know I'm going a little bit over time, but to the point is that if you, if they find out what your address is and they look on the MLS or not on the MLS, but if they look and find out who built your house, they can look and see your floor plan. Right. So they know where, I mean, there's so much information out there. If you're not cognizant of being private with things that you need to be private with.
Yeah.
So that's all I have for today. When's our next class? It's not till next week. I think we get a break, Jimmy.
Well, I guess we better write that other class then.
Yes, right. There you go. We have time to do that now.
I'll send you a couple of time options for this next week, and you tell me when you want to meet.
That sounds perfect. I love it.
I'll email you. All right. I'll see you later.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. We love you.
Thank you.
Bye.